So, last we had our intrepid group of nobodies that happened to be entreated by nomenclature, the Empyrean, who was nearly brought into the clutches of some dime a dozen apocalypse doomsday cult into their clutches. One thing led to another. You're helping this guy out as he's helping you out to try and figure out where home is. To that effect, his quote-unquote key ring, which turned out to be a very, very large mimic, emblazoned with the Amazon insurance script on it, had been chucked into one of the levels of hell. You'd been sent there after a interesting teleportation mishap that got you within a couple of feet of it, just having to chase the would-be vandals of it. Then you ran into a very powerful fiend, or trio of fiends that took you into custody, one of which was the leader of the local Amazon branch, who thankfully was able to make a deal after being forced to honor the actual agreement of the service being provided to nomenclature / Cole / big Empyrean guy. To that end, her name being Mara Karaska, a Narcanoloth, enlisted you, voluntold you to go help find out where a certain kind of... She likened it as an alternative to soul coins, which to those that are not knowledgeable of it, it's just a coin. Just currency that's subverting the traditional one of the hells. But she wanted you to go out and find the source of this particular trade and stop it, and also bring back the interlopers preferably warm, as in still able to move of their own accord.
That's my specialty.
Unfortunately, Zen did not handle negotiations as far as after the battle, and now you have two dead... Well, you're able to break up the ring, which seems to have only been two fiends, one being a Nurglid, a gigantic toad-like demon, and the other a Rakshasa of no repute, which, once you had dispatched them, you were brought with Cluron, the Cambion sheriff, for lack of a better term, back to her branch.
Question. I didn't kill anybody last session, right?
You tried not to.
Tried?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else did that for you.
Okay, good.
Oh, and also of note, there was a seventh member of that band that happened to have been a Nereid, a water nymph, type of water nymph, that appears to be clinging to Beyontivos as you guys are go through the portal back into the familiar confines of a well-lit office where Mara is hands on hips tapping one of her feet on the floor, looking rather annoyed. And of course, Keyring is still floating, bumping like the DVD logo in the corners of the room, due to the fact that Avery attached some sort of device to it in order to keep it from causing more of a ruckus. All right, so this ragtag band of 7, and Kalina's towards the back, and she's investigating the corpses, just making sure, kicking one with a boot just to make sure it's dead. Does anyone... What do you do? The teleportation circle winks, or the lights around the teleportation circle gradually fade, and you're met with Mara and Chloron, who is... He's tired, but seeing Mara in a less than enthused state of being is smiling faintly.
Well, Fiend, we have done your task.
I asked you to bring at least one of them alive.
Don't you deal in souls? Speak to their souls. You are a
Much easier
fiend, aren't you not?
It is much easier to deal with souls while they're still tethered to a physical body with which to manipulate.
I care not what's easiest for a fiend. They attacked us in cold blood. We responded in defense and murdered them.
Despite my... Oh, damn, that's Tomeros. Despite my best efforts.
They deserve no life. Metal One.
All things deserve life.
Naive, I say.
As a paladin, I feel personally attacked. In a different game. Anyway. Sorry, aside.
You chose that one, Mr. Plant Boy.
Anyway, we have honored our contract. Now, where is our lord, who reigns sovereign over your sorry existence? We long to return to his abode.
I need to consult for the proper teleportation circle back with my records. Considering you did dispatch these interlopers yourself, you might as well help yourselves to whatever are on the persons, although I do expect something, if of an actionable nature, to be left for me to go over. Perhaps more of those crystals. And don't break them. She looks around everyone and points at... vaguely points in the direction of Ptolemy's and Naum. You restrain your satyr friend, if you please. She is going to...
Fearful, cowardly worm.
We'll deal with him or her. I don't care what gender that one is. Later.
Right.
Why are we being asked to restrain the satyr?
I am a threat to
Oh,
her.
he told...
She meant to keep him in check. I mean, look at his face. I mean, just look at it. Does that look like the face of mercy to you?
Just grinning.
She
Grinning widely.
basically... So, Horon looks around and... Well, I'm gonna put my feet up for a minute. If you want to go through their pockets, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to what you find. Just don't.
I'm gonna very gently and respectfully go through their pockets.
You, Silent Sentinel, man who uses fire as his weapon. What do your keen eyes see on these creatures? Looking at Nahum.
Oh, I thought you were referring to someone else.
Nope.
Me?
What do I see on these creatures? Is there anything out of the ordinary?
Okay, so I probably, because it's been such a long time since I've DM'd a D&D campaign, if people would like to take like 1 or 2 people per body to do investigation rolls, you may do so. Just tell me which ones you'd like to look at. Yeah, Rakshasa over there.
I'll search the big guy.
Okay, that's the Rakshasa that I eliminated totally, so
Okay.
let me investigate the Rakshasa.
I've already rolled my investigation.
Anyone else?
I guess Ptolemy will take the big guy as well. Mostly looking more for interesting things magical wise, like, trinkets and curiosities more than anything. But he'll
If your
look.
Arcana is better, you can do so with that.
Yeah, that's
Um,
also just doing,
yeah, my Arcana
Investigation on
is
it.
much, much better.
I might as well start on the small ones.
Antavos will assist by picking them up by the ankle and shaking them. See what falls out.
So
a little bit of brain matter.
Avery, are you looking for physical or just
Just physical.
okay? So, Yontafos and
I'm helping Pem, so he could have rolled with advantage.
Ooh, I might as well. I do not remember Pem's voice. I feel sad.
Pem's voice was just your voice.
I will take that.
Gilbert Gottfried.
and then we have
Pem
him
is me.
on the Rakshasa. Whose name I definitely have just read. There we go.
You can make up any name. I would agree what the
His
name
name
is.
was Randy Shasa.
Okay, so
Nani?
let's go with. Oh, that's not supposed to be coming from him, but
Did
The
Anybody-
dead speak.
I heard the box? It just spoke to us.
so Antavos and Pem. It looks like after the battle that the husks of adventurers long past their prime have been reanimated. The powers that had been keeping them together and their equipment, it looks like, have deteriorated. Those poisoned weapons, especially, seem to be turning to rust and actually crumbling before your eyes. However, it looks like the armor on 2 of them is not, even with needing much of a mending, perhaps, probably a good idea to get rid of the smell and whatever else might have been crusted on there. You have 2 breastplates.
I have found a breastplate. I am unsure if it's more effective than what I'm wearing now.
Armor.
What am I wearing? Oh,
Nahum, looking at
Mhm.
the Rakshasa, the blade that they were using had been scooped up and just, it could have been put in its scabbard, it could have just been stuck into its corpse. It's more or less normal. Whatever power had been behind its enchantment was through the Rakshasa itself. However, you do find a pouch.
Ouch.
And, yep. Inside is about, It jingles. And inside is a combined coinage of around 50 gold.
Ooh. So 50 gold. DGP richer now.
Okay. So, we have Avery and Ptolemy and Zem. Avery physically looking around, and you're all three of you. Are you like kind of helping each other, or just?
I think
Like, just
me and the
for-
child were looking for different things on the same body. I'm looking for
Yeah.
physical things. He's looking for magical.
I'm looking for anything of magical interest or knowledge, like, you know, if he's got spell books, runes, magical trinkets that might be overlooked. He does not care for coin or physical things.
I mean, I'll also take magical items if you give them to me. You know.
I'm sure that you would. Avery,
Yeah.
looking through this creature, he was wearing like a vest and a really ratty tunic made of an unidentifiable leather, probably one of the other denizens of hell. You're padding around and you actually find there's a bag of jewels. And immediately you're taking it, you're looking inside, and there's actually 3 or 4, maybe 5 diamonds among other bits of emerald, opals, garnets, and some coinage. It looks like he just took everything that was precious of a more liquid nature and tossed it into here. All told, there is... Let's see if I can paste this without issues. I probably am not. Actually. Hey! That actually worked. That is not coming from the... God. Avery, that's what you found.
Ooh.
So 600 gold's worth of diamond, 200 in precious stones that are more for tricks and whatnot, and then nearly just over 400 gold of various coins from different eras, different places. But you can, if everyone recalls, the Amazon fanny pack is able to convert coinage into whatever is needed, as long as it's fed the. As long as it is fed the coin of the plane or area you are in, it can make denominations of that mint. It's perfect for extra dimensional travelers that don't want to accidentally reveal they're not from around and are instead using local currency.
Remind me, does everyone have their own pouch, or does the pouch belong
There
to
are
somebody?
3. One of which is in Pem's. No, not Pem's. Helene has one, Iontavos has one, and Ptolemy has one. So, moving on. Ptolemy, you're using your magical know-how and looking around, and you actually find almost immediately the traces of magic are quite apparent on another bag on the opposite side of the vest that Avery is currently rifling through and counting, no doubt. And it's very, very light. As you open it and look inside, it's dark.
But you
Like
just said
a-
it was light.
It's very light, as in weight, but it's
I know,
dark
I know.
inside.
Your time.
Would you like to put your hand in?
I'm gonna cast Dancing Light inside the bag.
You summon the dancing light, and it goes through inside.
Does it light up the inside of the bag, or is it still magically dark with the light inside?
It lights it up inside for a few seconds, but then it feels like the light goes way beyond the reach of what you can actually control it. And inside you see stuff that's glittering, like glass and also other things.
I mean, it's Ptolemy. Yeah, he's gonna reach a hand in and see what he finds.
Okay. Roll me a d8.
Is your hand weakest at the elbow or the wrist?
Nope, not roll.
So, rooting around, your hand goes in and your fingers touch a couple of things inside, and one feels sharp. You almost cut yourself on it, but then reaching back, your fingers graze another thing, feels like a stopper, and then the neck of something, it wraps around it. You pull out a potion of healing. Yeah, it's one of the things inside of it.
I mean, can I just keep fishing things out?
That brings us, if you would like help to flavor some of the help from Zen, I can
I was
reveal.
about to say, I got the 21 and I rolled first. I'm not sure what's left to find in this body, so if I can help this guy out. Or, I mean, has the Rakshasa been searched yet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll help.
Well, Ptolemy, would you like some assistance? Here, take that assistance at 21 for investigating the inside of the bag.
How?
I jam my hand in alongside
Like,
it.
you just see a kid, like, ruffling around a bag, and you just come over and jam your hand in with me, and just...
Allow me to help.
I mean, I guess you got longer arms than Ptolemy.
I mean, you're basically, you see him reaching his hand in, and then this thing is a pouch, and his hand is going way further. His arm is like elbow deep.
Okay, do I have any magical inclination that I know this is potentially like a bag of holding, or is this like a limited bag of holding, or is this a...
It's a minor bag of holding.
Cuckoo, turn it inside out.
I mean, that was going to be my next
Oh,
thought. I was like, I don't need help, I just dump it out, right?
It's a bag.
I forgot about that.
We don't
yes.
need 10 checks to open the bag.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I'm gonna say. If I have any knowledge that it's a bag of holding, I'm just going to turn it inside out and dump its contents. If I don't feel
Yeah,
much in there.
Just roll me a 1d100 real quick.
1d100.
Yes.
I had the best investigation check here,
This is
and I've been
from-
relegated to putting my hand in a bag before we decide to turn it inside out.
Okay. I didn't quite think this one out through because
okay.
assigning loot in D&D is
It's
fun.
okay. We found some loot.
It's okay.
This 21 goes in the. What's the one? What's the D100? Okay, third.
I'm guessing my spell dropped since my light vanished, but... How do I move the...
I mean, okay. So. There is a loud amount of clattering and clinking, and as all in total, there is 4 potions of healing, I'm writing it down. Second.
Okay.
A silver longsword, a silver dagger, then and then it looks like 2 ampules, like glass ampules of what looks to be quicksilver inside, but just a little bit of divining as a arcane spell user, you determine, Ptolemy, it's 2 quicksilver capsules that can be used to chuck them onto a weapon, and then it applies the silvered property.
Okay.
Let's just call it
If I get a
that.
list, I can add that. I have to figure out how to re-add things to my inventory.
And then, last but not least, there is a brooch that clinks and clatters.
Okay.
Definitely has a magic signature to it.
I will investigate that when I have the time. But I don't want it
Okay.
to all be Ptolemy ransacking a purse. There.
It's okay. I'm helping.
And
Curious brooch.
rounding it off, yeah.
And then the bag of holding itself.
And Zand, whatever else there was supposed to be on this, there's another bag on it, and there's a familiar purple gleam of 10 soul gems, 7 of which are dark and 3 resonate with an inner light, very similar to the ones that you had came out of. And what feels like a year and a half ago.
The
So-
it's like 10 soul gems.
So
Did this lady want soul gems?
she wanted evidence.
Well, then she's shit out of luck.
I'm guessing it's the standard potion of healing.
Yes. And to speed things along, the 3 soul gems that are occupied have the same script as before, of Daniker's doodads and detritus with an E50 on them. There are a lot, 26 to 28 E50. I'm putting it into chat because right.
I'm gonna keep the bag of holding on my person.
So the 7 empty ones are C51, and the 3 full
Yes.
ones are E50. Got it.
Okay, so we have two. We have 2 bags of holding now, essentially.
Wait, we have
Also-
another one?
Well, you found one and I found one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, true. All
Um,
right, I'll take.
so there's one minor bag that has all the
The one that told me
the-
it flipped inside out.
Yes, the other one had the crystals, and then Avery just found a regular coin purse
A pouch.
full of all that stuff. Yes.
If the object doesn't exist, how do I add one that's a placeholder?
I
Quicksilver.
will make one eventually.
You can always go to the items tab and just create an item.
Because yeah, I need to do one for the brooch and the quicksilver flask.
Easy to do with the create item button.
Under the items thing.
So
do you
the-
plan on
that fourth
using
tab.
identify? You can
What?
see. Do you plan on using identify on the brooch?
I will after a long rest when I have the spell. So far, we've been up very late.
I think we've had the discussion. Like wizard rituals can actually be cast without needing
without it needing to be prepared.
Oh, is that true?
it. Yeah, you just can only do it with a ritual.
Granted, you need the reagent. I don't know if you have the pearl.
Probably do not. I don't think we've picked up any reagents of
You
any
did.
kind this early on.
You do have the pearl.
Do I?
It was a gift. From
I also have a component pouch, so there's also that.
The 100 gold pearl was a gift from Mara earlier.
I don't have that written down, so I guess I missed that some way.
It has been 6 months.
That is. Alright, well then yes, I will do identify as a ritual if I have the ability to do so.
Mm-hmm. Your ring bumps against a wall. And bumps against another wall.
Okay,
All
so
throughout this, Aurelia has not left your side, Eontavos. She's just like clinging onto you and hiding her face and against you.
Yeah, he'll kind of step to the side and kind of wrap his hands with surprising gentleness. Kind of place them on her shoulders and kind of crouch down to her height. Tell me, young one, how did you come to be in the clutches of a fiend of that nature?
He bought me. Same place that he got all these gems that he wrapped people in, and then Ugh, it's I don't know how long, but
You say he purchased you? From whom?
I don't know. They Pantavos, you look like exactly the way you were when you were taken.
What do you mean? How do you know my name?
You don't.
I don't remember much since arriving. We've been serving a great deific lord. We have been tasked to retrieve his possessions. But anything... The memory is hazy.
You were gone for at least 5 years before I think I was taken.
5
You
years?
and some of the others, the Ambergleam. Things kept on coming. People kept on coming, and they knew we were weak, and their lips quiver, and she's reliving
Is any of
a
this
time before the time.
triggering memories for Antavos? How much can he remember?
Roll me a perception check with advantage. There's something on the air that seems familiar, is the prompt for this. Of course. There's the nat 20 that Nillian kept on stealing.
But
I needed it more than him. I don't remember what for, but I needed it, I swear.
You're the GM
that's
of the lot.
scent.
Anyways.
Why do I know that scent?
So, Yantivo says Auralia is trying to get these words out, and she's looking at you. This is shock, almost horror, that you don't recognize her. And then that scent, that smell of rose water. It's difficult to pick up, especially since you're just now gotten out of that terrible swamp, which these fiends, which you have righteously, of course, purged from existence, were based. But there's a couple of flashes of babbling brooks, the laborious sighs and coy splashes, the pools of a spring that you once frequented. But of everyone that you convorted with, all the fair maidens, this particular smell was the only one you ever brought gifts to, when duty allowed some leisure.
I kind of you see him place a hand on his forehead and rubs the weathered and suntanned brow.
Rosewood. The spring. Yes. Wait. I remember bringing you snowberries from the mountains. A hat of a foul sorcerer that matched your eye color. How could I forget Auralia? It has truly been 5 years.
No. More. They took me, and I don't know where I've been, or how long, but, and tears of fear have turned now to joy,
Kind of
as
like
at least she has a little bit of light back, and she jumps into your arms.
yeah, he immediately lifts her up in an embrace and holds her close.
Oh, I cannot believe I've been gone for so long. It feels merely a few days. Tell me, what else do you know? What has happened? Like I said, my memories, they're faded and raptured.
All right. While this is going on, everyone else, anyone doing anything interesting, or just watching on and wonder?
Question: is there
Yes.
a water source nearby?
It does not look readily apparent, no.
Damn. This bag of holding is watertight, right?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, oh no.
Speaking of the bag, I would like to find someone who has. Who are the three people? We got Ondavos, Tom Lee, and who's the third person?
Eileen.
The Amazon pouches I just posted.
Yeah, the Amazon Paps.
I just posted in the ANA chat.
Yes. Helene.
And
Got it.
Ptolemy has it too.
Also, what are the stats on this bag, this minor bag of holding? I'm assuming it's like half dimensions of a standard one, or?
It is something like that.
Something we can figure out and post.
Yes.
Let's create an item for it later.
Since
I
Ptolemy.
just added a normal bag of holding.
It's 1/4. 1/4 the weight limit.
Okay.
So it's 125 pounds.
Since Ptolemy now has basically 2 bags of holding, would it be okay if he parted one with me?
Wait, when did I get
don't know.
two?
Ask him.
Wait,
You just found a second one.
I thought you found a second one,
pouch
the
and-
bag.
The first one isn't a bag of holding; it's the Amazon bag.
Yeah, the Amazon pouch is one. And then he got a bag of holding.
Oh
now,
yeah,
didn't he?
effectively each is a bag of holding. Okay,
Oh wait, the Amazon acts as a.
bag of holding apparently.
I updated with flavor text. I'm sorry, I forgot to go through and make sure everyone had that.
So, well, okay, let me get that straight then. The flavor text does actually mean that the bag of the Amazon fanny bag can actually use as a standard bag of holding, or does it do something funky to set items as a bag of holding?
It has a couple of properties. How do I link this? But it's in the ANA unique items. On the 5th items directory.
Oh, it's a new updated one. Okay, let me delete the one I've got then, because the one I have is old.
The ones in your inventories are probably old.
I see.
Be why I'm a little confused because the flavor text does not match what you were talking here. Okay. So this can now be 200 pounds, can be coinage, can be exchanged.
And the weight limit is fast and loose.
Okay, so it does act as a actual bag of holding though. Like, okay. Then yes, he would be willing to part with the other bag if he has one that actually functionally exists as one. I'm not on a quest to collect every bag of holding.
Yet.
Yet.
You
It may change.
can change that.
Every bag, I'm going to put every bag into another bag, and I'm going to create the biggest, blackest hole.
Oh dear. Wonderful.
No.
I shall grip it in my meaty paws and hurl it at the foulest of fiends.
The Nahum's gonna take the fanny pack and tell Tommy thank you. For the
Of course. Oh, do you need any of these? And he pulls out the sword that he also dropped out of the bag, the silvered longsword. And it's as tall as he is, so he's just kind of like propping it up.
trial. He's gonna try his best. He's gonna pull out his hand to stabilize it so that way Tomley isn't leaning onto it. So he's looking at a longsword thinking, what kind of
Does anyone here use swords?
looks around. Does anyone else besides him use swords?
Certainly not.
I prefer to
Anthropos.
keep my weapons blunt.
Well, I could take this for now. We'll find its rightful owner soon.
I could just put it in the bag. I just wanted to see if anyone could find use of it before I did that.
No, put it in the bag.
Alright. Ptolemy puts it into his bag of the Amazon bag of holding.
Well, don't go off too much danger for yourself. As Nahum's gonna find a corner of the room and then open the Amazon bag to see if he can talk into it. Hey. Is there anyone there?
You hear a couple of tones, bells. It's mildly. You could definitely see how it could be mildly annoying after a little while. Do 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 do. Hello.
I need bullets.
Who-
More of them.
Are those a sort of reagent, sir?
Yes, they are a reagent. They're necessary for a special spell attack.
I don't exactly know what bullets are, but if you can provide a material composition or general
He is
shape-
going to take one of his bullets and drop it into the bag.
Oh,
This
what a curious little.
small little orb? Yes.
Now, is it like a modern day-ish bullet with
It
powder?
says Renaissance bullet, so I assume it's basically like a ball.
Okay.
You can also flavor it how you want with how your gun works.
It's a
I was
50
gonna-
BMD armor-piercing incendiary round.
The Zerg GM has yet to give me the magical Glock that I so desire.
So, for the purposes of your Eberonian standard issue pistol,
Ooh, that's a good question. Since Eberonian's basically like late 1800s, World War One, which they do have cases. I need to do some brief research on this.
is there powder inside of a metal casing?
Let me quickly Google the history of bullets and when that happened, because I think
Go
they
for
actually
it.
did have around that time. History of bullets. This is pretty tame for my search history. So,
How to make anthrax.
I did Google ancient chemical weapons. So does that count? Anthrax is easy. You just get a sheep.
God, I forgot you're a chemical engineer.
I tend to make it fit inside holes. Blah. Yes. This would have casing the bullet. Yes. Sorry, it is mountain metal. It is actually what we consider a modern bullet.
Well, sir, 1 second. Let me. You hear a. That tastes kind of sulfury and. And this is inside the. What is the kind of spell that this is used for, sir? So just for the records, make this a special order.
There's a variety of spells, but the spellcasting component is called a pistol.
Pistol. Don't know why you're pissing around. All right, how many of these do you need?
Lots. We can start with 50.
All right, just insert 1 gold coin, if you please.
Flips in the gold coin. Ding.
Well, that actually worked. I just needed a. Anyways, 1 second. Bullets don't cost 1 gold.
He doesn't know that.
He's gonna be nice to the person giving him the bullets. Because who knows? Maybe he'll have a nice relationship with the person.
Your arms
You get-
dealer.
Yeah, and you can get more bullets.
Does he look like Nicolas Cage in Lord of War?
Can
No,
we make this Amazon employee Nick Cage now?
I would have to do a character. Wait a second.
Oh, you already kind of sound like him doing that voice.
So while that's happening, anyone else doing something?
I have an order to put in after Nam is done.
Wait, does Nam have Ptolemy's Amazon bag? Is that what he took?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
I gave you the other bag. I didn't realize you were taking the Amazon bag.
He's speaking into the void. This little guy that lives in the bag.
Oops. My
I mean, I would
bad.
give you the Amazon bag to like talk into, like if you're getting his
I
reagents
mean,
for it.
I just need the reagents. That's all I need.
Helene would probably, if Ptolemy didn't want to give
Yeah.
you, she-
Yeah, I would give you. I thought you just needed the bag. I didn't realize you needed.
Oh,
like,
I need the
bag.
Amazon part. I need bullets badly.
Okay.
for the casting of gun.
For the
Just to
casting
clarify
again.
it. I mean, Tully will give you that one as well if he keeps the other bag. He just wants one in the bag of holding, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I have it correct in my head.
Yeah, my understanding, or at least the conversation, was you kept the major bag of holding. I just got the Amazon fanny pack.
The one I have is a minor bag. The Amazon holds more than that minor one.
Oh,
That's why I was giving you the minor one.
okay, then I'm okay with that idea. Yeah, then
But he'll let you borrow the Amazon bag as well if you give it back.
he will give back the Amazon
Alright.
fanny pack. Just need to find
Likes
now
his
minor
magical
bag of
things.
holding.
Anyone else doing something?
Can I speak into the bag? Or is he busy?
I'll probably borrow the one off Aline since we have 3 of them.
Mhm.
Unless there's only one.
I guess
demon operating the other
Amazon
line.
would have multiple customer service reps.
just one guy, one demon.
Nick Cage.
Helene, may I bury or borrow?
Bury you.
May I bury you?
I'm sick of this bullshit.
Flirting with you.
Have we tried murder?
Hey, that's my line.
Yeah, I'd like to borrow the bag from Helene.
Yeah, she nods and just asks that you give it back afterwards.
I nod, and I open the bag and stick my head in. Hello.
You, for a split second, all of your head goes in, and there is a matronly and quite sagging of the skin around the face, and very badly makeup-ridden imp lady who's filing her very, very large nails. She's sitting at a desk, is covered in various reagents and whatnot, and drawers and whatnot. She's looking up at you, Zen, as your head is going through the bag.
Excuse me.
Oh gosh, not another one. She takes a stick and pokes you in the face to go back out the other end.
Ow. Ow.
Please refrain from putting appendages and phalanges through the Amazon pack. What
My
do you
mistake,
need,
madam.
darling?
And I withdraw my head from the head from the bag. Also, as Eon Tavos is going by, I hand him my brewing jug. And although I don't have pupils, it's almost like you can see me wink.
Yeah, he'll just, with one hand, will nod and take it, and you see him kind of wedge it in the big belt around his waist.
I don't think you're getting it back. Anyways,
What does the imp say?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part of what you said after she shoved you out.
Oh, she shoved me out. Okay, so yeah, I take my head out of the bag. I require 450 liters of distilled water.
And just to confirm, sir, this is not holy water, just distilled.
No, I can take care of that component myself.
Uh-huh. That'll run ya 5 silver.
I drop 5 silver into the bag.
Stand by. Do you want it in barrels or flasks or?
I want it in this, and I drop
Mouth
the
to
minor
mouth.
bag of holding into the bag.
Oh, jeez.
Did we just drop a
Immediately
bag of-
the stick comes out and then hooks the bag of holding onto your side and prevents it from going in. Sir, please refrain from sticking other extra dimensional containers into the Mamazon fanny pack.
I understood about half of those words.
Small bag, bigger inside, does not go inside another bag like that.
I see. Forgive me. I will take it in whatever form is most convenient.
Stand by. And there is a interesting logistical process as you are given 5 casks of water containing your order that are just slowly and laboriously shoved through the space.
Alright. With that, I'm going to empty all 5 casks into this minor bag of holding. Thank you. And I close the bag. The Amazon bag, and I give it back to Helene.
Okay.
So,
All right. So, Naam is receiving his spellcasting reagents. Ptolemy was examining his approach. Em, what have you been doing?
oh, sorry.
You say Pem?
Em, yes. Million.
Just observing, just watching, looking at that chair again, maybe thinking about sitting down again. Pem doesn't really have any stakes in this right now, so he's just observing.
You hear the soft clacking. Taloned feet on marble as Mara comes around the corner. Right. Did you find anything interesting? I heard plenty of tinkling and clinkling of coin and gems and. Casting her gaze around the room and sees Naam off in his corner and then Yantivos and Aralia. Well, do they have more of the crystals or not?
I'm trying to study magic. Shush.
Can we all see this little gremlin guy?
Which gremlin?
My name's Ptolemy.
The the one that's talking to Ptolemy, or is it just in his head?
What?
She's like an anthropomorphic fox.
Yeah, this one.
Yes,
Oh,
that is
she's
Mara.
real.
Oh, that's Mara. Okay, never mind. I thought Mara was like a tall, like succubus-looking person.
No, that was
That would be
Adira, I believe.
Adira.
Oh, okay. I've been away for a while, so.
This creature is definitely real.
How do I blow or make the token bigger?
Double right click, and then you can change the size of the I think it's the second tab.
I'm at show to players.
Find the
Oh.
token in the character list, and then there should be an option to show to players.
Yeah. So if you right-click the token in the list, you should have an option to just view character art, and then that'll
And
have
then show
an
to
option
players.
at the top of it to show to players.
That is Mara.
Yeah, I thought we were still dealing with the succubus lady. But
Anthropomorphic
it's been a
cat
while.
with horns.
I don't know if they call that a cat. That's a fucked up cat. Also, is she talking about the soul gems that we found?
Yes, the crystals, soul gems.
You know what? I can't tell a lie. Well, I can, but I don't. We found some more soul gems.
Any bill of sales, any coordinates, any indication of where they got them from, which would have been much easier to ascertain had these individuals been, I don't know, alive.
I did my best. Also, they were marked with, what was it, C19 or something?
C50 and C51.
Yes, the
C51.
labels of Daniker's doodads and detritus.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah. I relay this. Daniker's doodads and detritus. Lot 26 to 28. E50. And 7 of them have C51.
Comes closer and she looks behind her, and then there's a quick mage hand that flits the other one that she had before. Is comparing the various ones, and wow. Curious. Not very helpful, but maybe your patron can help divine whatever is going on with this. Or that has connections that none of us mere semi-mortals have. Anything else interesting? Vroom. Bing. Actually, this close to Zen and Helene and Ptolemy, she purses her lips and asks, "By the way, do any of you happen to know how to cheat death or otherwise raise someone who's been grievously wounded?"
Only if you believe in the holy flame.
Beyond old manuscripts and ancient religions, there's not really much stock of those here. Yeah. The exchange of diamonds for bringing back souls. Those sorts of arts. Cryptically, she's asking if anyone has means of casting something with resurrection magic.
I stare at the terrifying child.
He is staring at an amulet still, because identify as 10 minutes as a ritual.
Pondering an orb.
I am pondering a relative orb.
Antavos is otherwise engaged in discussion. So trying to learn from Auralia what happened since he left.
There are kissy noises coming from the corner.
Not quite yet. That'll come later.
Oh dear.
You did this! This is on you.
I said that there was
No.
familiarity.
No.
They know each other biblically.
Next thing you're gonna tell me they engaged in premarital handholding.
I mean,
And there goes our Twitch.
he may not know how
license.
to raise the dead, but he's raising something else.
He's a satyr. It's what they do.
They're notoriously horny.
Yes.
That is kind of their whole thing.
Yes.
Antivos is now multi-class into Bard.
No.
It wasn't a choice.
To be fair, I do have the stats for it. I have
It is a
13,
free and mandatory respec.
I have 13 charisma.
Oh dear.
I will take free bard features. Yes, please.
GM, can I, with my brewer's kit, acquire enough must to start 450 liters of beer?
Goodness.
Like,
Let me get back to you on that.
For the record, a liter of water weighs a kilogram.
Yes.
The bag can only hold 200 pounds.
Oh, you're right.
So you have about 20 liters.
Actually, it can hold
Oh, sorry, about
25 pounds.
about 100 liters.
Yeah.
What fantasy world
I-
are you using metric in?
Well, I converted cubic feet to liters because it's a superior system that I actually understand. But it can hold 453 liters approximately. It's like 453.4 or something.
By size, but by weight.
Yeah, but by weight. Yeah, that's a good call, actually.
So you probably have like 90 liters, if it's 200. Anyway.
I'm going to go up and ask Nahum for the other minor bag of holding.
Anyways, she's going to sigh after it appears no one's able to answer the question, which out of character.
level 4, nobody has true resurrection at this level.
Well, even revivify, but
Maybe if we combined our spell slots into a super spell slot.
I mean, I can make them pretend to be alive. I know illusions.
I'm really good at keeping people who are almost dead not dead. But once they're dead, can't do that.
as part of the Amazon Prime subscription that your patron has, so purchased, these particular pouches can potentially create universally usable scrolls of various spells. And while those underneath the subscription are able to be brought back to life while in service to the patron once for free, and apparently you'll be coming back here because I'm the servicer for now for this account. The first one's always free. Although, if you happen to find any of those precious diamonds useful for those, you could potentially find scrolls for yourself to use. Just a friendly little bit of commentary. You didn't happen to find any diamonds, did you? This fat toad currently leaking all over my teleportation circle. He's casting a glance around and then eyes settle on Avery.
If he's just doing his own little thing, looking through the pouches. Wait, is that a cue for me to do something?
I don't know. Do you feel the burning?
Cuckoo, it's our loot. Don't give it to the demon.
Yeah, Avery doesn't even notice that. He just reaches into the pouch and pulls out a gem that looks close to like 100 gold. Be a diamond or something else. And he tosses it in the air. And where is it? There it is. I go to
Nani?
he's making a homunculus servant. Homunculus servant.
I need to actually make a. I will
Can you
import
make
that.
that small token?
Yes.
Has sufficient time passed that I finished identifier? Is this conversation still
You're.
okay? I got the info. It's just whatever. I'm still casting it.
Oh, there you go. You've identified. There's no reason to account for that time. All right. Well, Avery just is doing his own thing, and she sighs and. All right. Well, then let's get ready to go and get you all back to lightning.
Yep.
And Mara is just like before. She's using her finger to trace out a symbol
It's
across the teleportation circle, and then's wiping away the. One hand is casting the glyph, and the other is gently trying to push all the corpses and whatnot off of the die. And around the corner. All right, ma'am. I'm ready to go. There's a little bit of a record scratch. Marta's spell fails. She looks behind. Dara, why have you changed your attire? Well, I thought it best for me to go in your stead. Who represents the interests of Amazon, of course. Nerve? What? Ma'am? Considering your past interaction with the account holder of this particular subscription, perhaps it'd be better for someone a bit more expendable to be your point of contact. And if anyone would like to roll insight, if you're paying attention to this little conversation, you're free to do so.
Sure.
Yeah, sir, can you make this token here a little smaller?
you can do it.
Oh, can I? Oh yeah, I forgot I can. Just
You
think
have
about
that power in your hands.
Foundry gives you the power to make tokens, change their size, change their facing.
Yeah, Foundry's so nice for that.
We're not in roll 20 anymore.
You've just now
Heard
cursed
that.
your dice for the next session.
Good.
Oh no.
He
Optimus
that
doesn't need
grumbles at
dice
discontent.
where he's going.
Go insight.
Yes, if you're
you're
paying
paying-
attention to the situation happening.
That was most definitely not.
He's having a friendly, non licentious conversation at this point in time.
I am trying the art of socializing.
He's got a lot to catch up
This
on.
creature has not spoken a word to me, but somehow I understand him. Or it.
All right, so Zen, you're overhearing the conversation between Adira the succubus and Mara Kareska, the her superior, and just like seems just like any interaction between a inferior and their superior. The expected outcome of challenging the superior, maybe. And for the worst. Ptolemy. And after your identification of the new toy that you have found, you're looking between the pretty lady and the fox lady and seeing there's a little bit of tension. The pretty lady is a bit more confident and, if not a little bit smug, and the fox lady, her tail is waving back and forth, nervously flicking about. Avery, about the same. It's like watching merchants trying to barter with you for the nice things that you find on your travels. It's a nice little memory of seeing someone definitely have a little bit of more of an upper hand in the bargaining process. Nahum, you've seen this.
I take my bag of gems, I stick it inside of my other bags and tie it up real tight.
Nahum, you've seen this before. Someone is trying to elevate their own position by acting
politics.
by acting innocent. Yes, Mara is
A dirty liar. Got it.
no Adira is the succubus Adira. It's confident and she's smiling, not so innocently. It's more like a shit-eating grin. And Mara is it's a duty that she does not want to do as far as having to go. But if she doesn't, that's going to go on her record. Kind of dynamic going on here. Something you're familiar with the pecking order of your profession. For the more, what would be the word? Office politics. Yeah.
Even
If
the
anything,
devils.
you might be able to cut in and offer your perspective. Which one would be nicer to deal with, after all? The sourpuss or the more or less polite?
Which is which?
No, he knows from experience not to get involved with this stuff. Only bad things happen when you get involved.
For reference, this is the succubus all dolled up.
Humana.
Yes, I can tell by the window.
What did she look like before?
Placeholder art.
Ah,
4 out of 10!
did you say 4 out of 10?
I tried to do it in Volk's voice, but I messed it up.
Adira, fine. If you want to take my place, go right ahead, but I expect daily reports. So just passing each other, just slowly with high-heeled, the boots with high heels, and she's in light leather armor. It's very much reminiscent of her token, but she's also ready for battle if need be. The wings are neatly tucked behind her, and placed in the traditional tail is reserved, prim, proper, businesslike. All right, everyone, gather round inside the circle. We can send you back where you need to go, along with your stupid wardrobe. That stops bouncing around inside of my tower and... Raleigh looks over to the Ontibos and says, are you able to take me with you?
Certainly. I'm sure our Lord would be willing to give you space and maybe time for us to catch up some more.
Just catch up. And there's a little bit of a demure smile.
My dear, it is me after all.
She takes you by the hand and starts leading you towards a circle.
Alright.
All right, so I think everyone except for Naum, just for visual purposes. All right, well, hopefully I never have to see any of you again. If not, well, just don't die. I really don't like having to clean up. Everyone, roll me a 1d10.
While that's going on, I'm gonna walk up to the box and take my gravity off of it.
Bump.
Nice.
It just thumps into the floor. Has a bent edge now in the box.
I should have done the prompt thing using the poke in, because then that'd make things a bit easier, but that's okay.
We never get to use that either. I think we've only used it like once. And whatever at moment it was.
All right, so if we can have something a little bit more whimsical, how did you get Chipbot to work?
I used a Spotify. Let me see if I can find something here more whimsical.
Slow, whimsical, yeah.
Just because one bot's broken doesn't mean all of them are.
Well, I wonder if Vixera is working again.
It's okay. Give me a second.
While he figures that out, GM, since I grossly overestimated by a factor of 9 the amount of water I would be able to fit in this pouch, can we retcon a bit of my water purchase? Because I don't think we are physically capable of carrying 5 full casks of water.
I mean, it's Amazon. They probably have a refund policy.
No, don't say that.
Uh-oh. Did you read
Jacobs,
terms and services
no
when you
refund.
made the order?
I mean, water is nice to have. We can refill our water skins whenever we want with nice distilled water, but also, like I said, a factor of 9. I can hold about 50 liters in this bag.
Oh, I hate Chipbot. It forces everyone to accept a skipped track. That's so dumb.
Is there not like a force skip option?
No.
I
Oh,
won't
wait,
skip
hang
the
on.
current track.
Okay.
Okay, so we got
So, wait, GM, was that a yes on the water?
yeah.
Okay.
Is this better?
That is good, yes. Okay, so let us start with Naum.
Good. Where did I end up to?
The familiar sensation, well, semi-familiar sensation of everyone getting zoom, 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 zoom through the multiverse and going. It's like further than that teleport from one place to another as far as the tower, but you arrive in more or less one piece, it seems. The stones,
nice.
the various stones around your persons, the keystones, vibrate and hum and anchor you to the correct place. So, Naum and Columby, you correctly appear before Hole, as he is so affectionately referred to by the resident child. He's performing various spell forms and glyphs, and they're flowing between him, around his body, and then around the gigantic crystal in the center of a plaza. So you're behind him and watching in awe, or whatever observation you take. 5, 6. Zen and Yontavos, you guys are a little bit away from the others, and you are facing off to the sides, left or right. So you're treating with views of the springs as they're the pools of water as they seem to be babbling quietly. Pim. You're facing outwards or backwards from everyone else, and you see down the steps and then the pathway and then nothing. It's just this inky, vague void out in the distance where the path cuts off and the water seems to be flowing outward to nothingness, leaving Avery. Oh, Avery. You pop up
Can't believe
next to the
Avery's
crystal, about 20 feet up in the air.
Oh, shit.
You plummet into the pool of water, and thankfully it breaks your fall.
And your neck.
Although, looking around, it seems like there's an afterimage and a shadow of Helene, but then it fizzles. It flickers back and forth around Plaza before her vague outline is flickering inside, near, underneath the dimensional anchor. Seems that her teleportation was a little bit off, but at least it looks like Oliver is here. Just Cole looks at it and sighs heavily as a 30-foot tall being can. Or is it 20? I forget. It's okay. Well, it looks like you are all back. Where is... Oh, I need to roll for keyring.
So we lost Keyring, the satyr, and the satyr's girlfriend, and
Did Auralia not
succubus.
come with me?
She's behind you.
Okay.
Just walking down the stairs and almost got crushed by a giant eye.
Question though, did she actually come with us if she doesn't have a keystone? Or did she
Yeah.
get flung into some far off? Oh.
She's with you.
Antavos is holding her.
Get a room. Get a dimension.
Where you
Get
have
a
one.
soul stone.
Where is keyring? Where are you? Keyring last to arrive
And succubus lady.
with Succubus Lady. Yes. So it seems like Adira and Auralia arrived without incident. The succubus, for her credit, is looking around in awe and wonder before realizing that the large obsidian-skinned and almost bleeding fire from various cracks of his body is now looking down at her. Who's the broad?
Great lord, this here is a companion of mine. From before we came into your employ. Do we have room here in your great domain for her to stay?
Does she have any skills?
She is quite skilled in many ways, some of which I shall be sampling later.
A very large eyebrow was raised.
He doesn't have eyebrows.
But yes, she is quite skilled with liquids in water and can move through them with quite effective ease.
Hmm.
And if I remember, has quite a nice singing voice.
Well, as you can see, my home is bereft of wonderful plants to look at and smell. Little water nymph, are you able to perhaps be my gardener to pay your keep? She jumps behind you, Antavos, but then peeks out
It is
and
safe,
nods.
my dear.
She nods furiously. And you... He looks at Adira. You are not the one who I had dealings with before. Uh, um, uh, yes, I am acting representative for my mistress. She thought it best for one of her subordinates to instead serve you. Her wings flutter nervously behind her, and she's trying her best to keep them fast to her back. She almost, looks left and right of her. It's got that flighty, I did not think this through sort of air about her.
Be careful, my lord. She is a foul fiend of the hells. Do not trust her word.
Right. Well, that's all good, but is she better than the other one?
Well, speak.
Certainly fairer on the eyes than that old little fox thing.
Antos kind of nudges her with the pommel of his maul.
Well, speak. The great lord addresses you.
Anyone else have reactions?
Hi, Cole.
Ptolemy just waves.
Nahum's just observing. Certainly a new environment compared to the flaming hellhole they last saw him.
As this is going on, Antiphos will then turn around and kind of gently carry Auralia into the pool behind him, just quietly whispering for her to soak up and relax. Then returns to menace the succubus.
It seems like all the fiendish toxicity and then some of whatever corruption she's had to live through just sloughs off and is gently flowing downstream into that nothingness down the way. Madeira is floundering for words. It's are one of you able to perhaps put in a decent word for me? I know that my mistress was a bit prickly, but I assure you, I can be nice.
What value do you bring to serve the great lord?
Well, I've gotten fairly good reviews of my introductions with customers as a representative of Amazon. Oh, I also nicked one of these from her when she wasn't looking. And she produces one of the soul gems.
Is it one of the glowing ones?
No, it is one of the newer ones.
Okay.
Question: when I showed the quote unquote fox person the soul gems, did she take them or did she just look at them and give them back?
She took them.
Ah, damn it.
I see. So this one is a thief.
You say that out loud.
A seductress and a
You
thief.
saying it just I see. She's a thief.
Demonic harlot.
Demonic and a thief.
Oh, wait a minute. You people said that you were searching for these as well, and they were what you were inside of. I was working in your best interest. She was only interested in the fact that they were potentially disrupting the local economy.
Oh, I didn't say demonic harlot out loud. This was out of character.
Oh, she's still directing it at a Pem, who was.
All I
Did
can
you say that out
is-
loud, Pem?
Oh no, yeah, no, I did say that out loud. All I can say is I did not want to deal with that woman as much or as little as possible, and you've just stolen from her. I feel like that may cause problems later down the line.
If she dares cross our lord, he would destroy her in an instant.
I can only hope.
Well, it does appear that this is a newer type of. It's in much better condition, but it still has the same type of fault line. Must. He's gonna float the crystal up to his palm, and he's looking at it, and his other hand stamps a finger, and then second one apparates in it, and it's one of the ones that, from the cursory observation, is one of the ones that you guys had also come out of. And there's some sort of magic going on, and almost like a scan, an analysis of the two, and he's comparing them. Little horned friend that has 2 goat feet. You said you know? Did you say that you know that individual that is now languishing in my pool?
Indeed. She is my companion and guest. I
Did
bid
she
thee
come? Did she come from one of the crystals as well?
I do not know. She said she was taken by foul ne'er-do-wells, who then sold her to a demon within the hells. Aurelia, my dear, do you recognize these crystals?
She steps out of the water and comes clinging to your side again and looks at the crystals, and those were with the frog demon thing. Kept on buying and trapping souls, and he got them from the same place he bought me from. Where that is, I don't know, except it wasn't the Evergleam. It wasn't our world. It was like a place between places. It had a guy was always gloomy, and there was so many things, I never really saw outside of my. It made me a doll. And they made sure to take my mantle and made me dress up, and then there was a name. Sometimes it was the bazaar. Bazaar? I don't. But I do know that when I saw you, if these crystals, I don't know how the crystals work. I saw you, and you look like the day that you left, or when we were attacked. Nomenclature raises an eyebrow at that, or at least tries to, with his eyebrowless features.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Aurelia here says I have been gone for over 5 years. But for me it's been mere days.
Don't be alarmed. Let me see about. And he's gonna come over. Thumb, 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 thumb. Heavy footsteps. And he's going to. The old one goes away, and the new gem is above, and he's casts his hand over the three of you, and there's strands and wisps of power and force that go between all three of you. And Ptolemy, you would recognize this as magic to compare and contrast, especially the it's part of divination, trying to ascertain time or something like that.
Chronomancy.
The sub school of chronomancy. This is an individual who loves his archaeology after all. Avery, you sort of get the idea as well. The more divine spellcasters are no, it's magic. And he's looking, and finally, after a couple seconds, says, 12 years. There is a difference of 12 years between you and this crystal and this nymph.
Did you say?
And he looks at the rest of the group.
12 years.
He floats the soul gem over everyone and waves his hand, the same sort of. It's like someone's run. There's a chill in your spine, like someone's run a knuckle all the way up and down the cord as it washes over you, and he solemnly nods. Yeah, I reckon about the same for all of you.
12 years.
Or
That
thereabouts.
makes me the oldest of my kind.
That it does. That it does.
And he goes over and looks over to Helene's form stuck in the anchor. She's not quite lost in transit. It's just... How the hell did she end up in there? About her, I just have to draw her out. It's fine, it's fine. And he's just looking over at the rest of you, and don't be alarmed. It's just something to be fixed. Considering this thing was nearly pulled apart when we first all met. Right. Well, $12 years. Well, no time like the present to try and figure out where you all go. That is bizarre. We have one of these newer things, and I have an idea. You, succubus. Yes? How good at you are. How good at you are honing in on somewhere to teleport. Or plane shift. I can help? Right, well, while the rest of you take a little bit of time to collect your bearings and rest, I'm going to prepare your next little expedition.
If I may, I would like to see this garden of yours. Perhaps take for my service.
He looks left and right.
Does he
I've
look-
basically had to start from scratch, which is why I've enlisted you to help make it a little bit prettier again. Yes. That being said, if you find something that you would like to grow, well, by all means.
I'm gonna reach into my brewer's kit and pull out a bunch of hops, like a handful of hops.
Is that the makings of booze?
Yes. Is that not why you called me here?
He blinks a couple times.
There were many like me where I am from. None with this particular skill set. I had assumed you had called me here to brew for you.
Little one, if I had called for you, we wouldn't be standing amidst my ruined collection in this gallery of mine. That being said, fine, why not? You can work with the nymph to try and make something of that. Or whatever interesting ingredients or plants you happen upon. Anyways, ooh, you're coming with me. He puts up his hand, and then there's a magical force that wraps around Adira. Uh-huh. And it's a safe place. I mean, you can try it resting inside hearing, but that's to be, well, how adventurous are you right now?
We could just find this is a pretty cozy place. Just float in the water.
I would appreciate a bed.
But for all intents and purposes, you can have that long rest.
I will give my bedroll to someone because I don't need it.
Metal One, you gifted me this flask container. Would you care to join us for our revel?
It seems you two have much to talk about. Enjoy the contents. They are some of my finest.
Our many thanks. But a battle's revel is welcome to all. And kind of turns to the rest. Come, my friends. We must celebrate. For today we have bested fiends and claimed victory. All in service of the great Lord Cole.
In that case, I'm going to pull a few completed bottles out of my brewer's kit. They're very anachronistic with the setting. They're just like modern beer bottles with like manufactured tops.
You are part of the Adeptus Libaceus. It's pretty commonplace.
The labels are in Belgian French, but you wouldn't know that.
So there's a little bit of a timeless aspect to this. So if there's any short things you want to do, any long things.
I do want to get that 50-liter brew going, if I may.
And I would like to finally ritual cast my Find Familiar.
Ooh.
The battle's
Yeah.
revel is welcome to all, if you care to join us.
AKA, who wants to roll con saves for drinking?
Hell yeah, I literally cannot be affected by this, but I will I will politely take sips alongside. I know what it tastes like.
What is the moral
made this.
quandary of a child drinking?
Are you
I mean-
able to see above the countertop? I think that's the rule. That's one of the joke rules in Germany, or is it Ireland?
They
Well,
all have the same drinking age, more or less. It's like 14 for beer and wine.
But no, Tommy's gonna spend his time ritual casting before the long rest to get his familiar.
Okay.
Pam, Nahum, Avery, will you join the revel?
No drinking on the job.
I do not drink.
This is downtime on the job.
The
The
master
best
on.
time to enjoy revelry. Your mind will be at ease, and your body will be eased.
I also would like
How
to
would you
attune to that
know?
object. Never mind.
There will be music, of course. Oralia shall serenade us with her gorgeous, sonorous
The GM.
voice.
The GM will not serenade you with anything, however.
I can help. I can help.
Toss her back in the rift.
I myself am skilled in musical instruments. These flutes passed down throughout my family. But come, we are companions, are we not?
Here, here.
No, only one will join the revel.
Hem is gonna go find a quiet spot to go nap. Is this how tall is this wall here? I
In
assume
my
this is a wall.
land, there was a name for these people.
It is.
We called them party poopers.
That is
I
quite a.
cannot be a party pooper if I am not at the party.
That is a strange.
Sometimes wet blankets.
Oh,
Or
Even Nahum's
Where?
sneaker than that one.
Only just size before creating, using his minor illusion to create the semblance of a band playing what he would basically assume is like festive music.
Ah, young one.
Coming by
You-
like
You have talent in music as well.
What sort of familiar are you
assume I can't climb that.
trying to summon?
I mean, if we're gonna do crossovers, I'm bringing Spider Fry back.
Ooh, okay. Spider.
Pam just runs away. Runs away from the
I
lewdness.
assume I couldn't climb that wall, so I had to jump to the stairs.
But yeah, I want to do the find familiar as a ritual. I want to attune to that object, and then, like I said, for shits and giggles, minor illusion with sound and image, since illusionist, and since it's any sound, I'm going to make a revelrous sound of. I don't know.
So you're at
Drums.
least participating.
I'm pretty after I'm done with my casting, or I'll like have that going in the background since it lasts for a time, and then I'll focus on my familiar, and then partake just by kind of watching until we go for a long rest.
What about you, Avery?
Just
And
exploring around the
Salty,
temple.
you should have a fighter sheet to do with what you will.
And you, silent guardian? Come, doff your shell and join us for a time of merriment.
Can we just say that Helene joins us?
I don't think Helene's back.
She
Helene was sent to
is
the-
stuck
The
in
crystal
transit.
realm.
She's banished to the Shadow Realm!
She plops out of the sky and into a pint of beer.
In the beer dimension?
Does
a
Nahum
beer
respond?
Time in reality is endless. There is a beer dimension, and there is
Take
not.
me there, please, please.
No, that's where all the beer in the universe comes from.
This little homunculus is coming to voyeur. I mean, join.
What?
What?
Huh?
I see a homunculus.
Oh, Avery, where is your deck gun, by the way? Did you make it an item, or did you make it its own crawling thing?
Up here by me now.
I can see Avery Skybear now.
Wait a
His
second.
gun anyway.
Wait.
Homunculus has a gun now.
No,
That,
wait a second.
Doesn't the gun go away after an hour?
Yeah.
No? No, well, does it?
You pretty sure it doesn't?
I thought I remembered it going away after an hour.
Let me just go grab it from the features and put it in there.
No, it stays.
Really?
You can only have one, and you can't get it back until a rest.
For some
How much
reason-
does it weigh?
No, your homunculus cannot use a gun.
It's not using the gun. The gun shoot by itself. It's just flying around.
Mm,
I can make it look like the homunculus is using a gun if I cast a silent image of your homunculus with the gun.
Homunculus just pulls out a Glock.
Actually, wait. Did the succubus just up and vanish?
she got yoinked by Cole into what you assume is another part of the dimension, or the demi-plane,
Okay.
to go do
So-
things.
To add to one more thing to Ptolemy's list of things to do before long rest, or maybe during the long rest, and this will be something you can probably do later, Zerg, is he kind of wants to talk to the either to her or to the Mamazon bag more about these spell scrolls and contracts that Mara mentioned,
Mhm.
and see what it would take to create or enter a contract, or what that process would be, and if allowed, strike up a contract deal with some of these for promoting their spells for a deal, and maybe make use of a illusory script.
Merchandising.
I also have a illusory script, so we'll get to that.
Mm.
All based on what you tell me. But yes.
Yes, sir.
Alright.
The cannon can do everything by itself. The homunculus just needs to carry it.
Mm.
But remember, the cannon can only be used while it's within 60 feet of me.
The other option is the homunculus rides on the cannon and is the one who fires it. Like Baby
dear.
Groot. I am Groot!
So, for the purposes of the long rest, we have a couple of people that are getting to know each other. Ptolemy is doing Ptolemy things. Cole and Adira are none to be found for a little bit. Then time feels weirdly here.
Pistol! Hand you a flagon and get shot.
Here, take a beer.
Shoots the cap off the beer.
Here, take a shot.
Did you want to get shot?
During the revelry, I will most definitely get this brewing process started.
One of the fountains just turns into a brewery. Got it.
Does Avery come over
my
to
bag.
join?
She'll come over to sit on the wall where you guys are drinking.
Wait, Zerd, can I actually roll a brewer's tools check?
Well, if you want to use the water from here or whatever, then
I'm using the distilled water I bought. I didn't return all of it. I have 50 liters. Enough for
Go
one
ahead.
bag.
is some good brew.
You start the process for pretty much all of that water. It's gonna be a good batch.
I show it to the rest of the group proudly.
Well done, my friend. Shall add to the revel.
In a matter of days, this will become liquid gold.
Well, for now, though, join us with what you have.
And
For
I'll pull a
tonight.
bottle out of.
For tonight we celebrate the return of fair Auralia and our victory
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
fiends.
What's cheers in Sylvan?
I don't know.
Slancha. We'll go with Irish. Slancha. Slancha.
You speak the language of my people.
In my time, it was known as Irish.
Well, Slancha.
While they're doing that, Zerg,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just rereading this. I'll just actually put it right there. I think it takes me an hour to make a good costume. I'm trying to see. Takes 10 minutes to craft a disguise that involves moderate changes. The woman, the fox demon woman, I can't remember her name.
Mara?
Mara, yeah, the one that the head honcho over there. I want to see if I can make a recreation of the clothes she was wearing.
The sort of
He's making a fursuit. No!
the officious, like Amazon.
Yeah, like just like were there any like unique identifiers on there?
There was definitely the sigil, the brand, quote unquote.
Yeah, I'd like to see if I could make a copy of her clothes during the long rest.
Sure. It's gonna be difficult.
Makes sense. I mean, yeah. It's very unique, so I'm gonna give it a try though.
Fun fact, in warehouse Amazon employees don't actually have uniforms. Neither do the managers.
Ooh.
My cousin worked there for 5 years.
Okay, make me a check, Pim.
Just normal, bro, right?
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Hey! My intelligence isn't that good.
From what you remember and the quick studies, it looks decent.
Yeah, I'm not copying. I'm not making a fursuit, or I'm trying to just copy the clothes she was wearing.
He makes a fursuit.
Not one. You make a fursuit.
Not make. How did I do this?
That one and that 20
Indestructible,
are the
though.
exact same result.
It's an indestructible
Make a
fursuit in that 20.
Bad fursuit versus you make a really, really good fursuit.
They are different.
No, the nat 20 is the fursuit becomes a mimic and bonds with you.
Oh no.
I see no problem.
Or maybe, yeah.
I see no problems here.
I'm not proficient
I
in
do.
this.
So, if I'm thinking that if we end the session with a long rest, then that gives everyone time to sort through their junk, also make thinking on feats and ASIs again, and then we pick up next time so that hopefully Reyna should be able to join in.
Sure.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted to get to the next area, that's fine.
Just need you to
3
send me all
months.
that contract details so I can start playing the contract game with these people.
Oh boy.
Let me be an illusionist with a illusory script. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna cause so much fucking havoc.
Hell yeah.
Just don't let the notoriously magic-hating satyr know that you're making deals with demons.
I mean, I'm making them with demons, but they're gonna be on my terms. I mean, the DM knows I'm gonna have because I have to apply the roles, but illusory script. It's only gonna get better.
How do you spell her name again? Keep forgetting that. The fox woman. The demon lord.
Mara, M-A-R-A.
So, I have temp health. I'm not sure if that goes with long rest because I have no idea what it's from.
It came from Helene's or Twilight Sanctuary, and all temp HP goes away at a long rest.
Okay. Let's put it there.
So,
Neat.
yes. If I remember Zerg, I may have a side chat with Auralia, a text chat, discussing what he has missed in the last 12 years.
Sure. Among other things.
Other things will happen. There will definitely be a unclad satyr lounging on the side of the pool in the...
I will note that there does not appear to be any private areas in this courtyard.
That doesn't matter.
It's a satyr. They have no shame.
There
And
is a
she is a Nereid. The pool is literally right there.
I would say Bonk go to horny jail, but
He's a satyr! And
You would
Yeah.
take your horny jail.
It was
off.
born of the horny jail. Molded by it.
the horny tail cannot
He didn't
hold
need
him.
the horny jail until he was already a man.
I mean,
we're gonna need a bigger stick.
You need big stick
mean-
energy.
I promise you, once you learn more about his he's a satyr through and through.
I promise you, there's a big stick involved. Not the type that you were.
There's
thinking.
not a stick big enough.
Don't make me bring out my
I'm
whip.
making a dick joke. It's a dick joke.
I know.
Eh.
He's a 7-foot tall satyr.
I mean, for everyone's sanity, before we take the long rest, I can just throw a silent image over that cube area and just make it an opaque, gigantic block of wall.
I don't think a
Maybe.
5-foot area is going to be enough.
It's not 5 foot; it's a 15-foot cube.
Oh, okay. 15
The
foot
funny
cube
thing
might be
about
enough.
A 7-foot tall satyr is that they are always dual wielding. They have 2 mauls.
But that will happen, most definitely. And he will spend the evening talking with her, lounging in all of his satyr glory.
Splashing, sloshing,
Splashing, sloshing, coy
squirting,
winks and flirts, and oh yeah.
squelching.
Yep.
It's fine. It's fine.
Amen
Just
for this.
those
So
who do
I'm
not
just
wish to see
going
his sin
to-
come to the second floor.
Just a taste of what else is going on in the gallery. Let's bring everyone over here. At various points of the long rest, you guys are the reality around you flickers every so often, and you find yourselves floating among these islands, it looks like, before going straight back to the sanctuary, or not the sanctuary, Almir bleed through.
The
The
Oasis.
gallery.
The gallery.
So it's cohesive enough to have at least one room, quote unquote, but it's also still very much work in progress. And yeah, we got some party goers. We have someone trying to impersonate Amazon employees.
Fuck, why did my spider turn into like a roach? It's horrifying.
Oh, it's been a roach. Ugh.
I think that's the standard artwork for a spider.
Terrifying.
That is,
It's
yeah,
awful.
that's
It's also wrong, but
Alright then.
you can customize it with whatever. I don't.
I'm afraid. No.
So is that it, Zerg? Is that the end of the session?
Yeah, looks like.
So, everyone.